We are going to kick this one off. Obviously, it's an elimination best of 3 between these two sides. Team Liquid facing off versus TYLOO on Mirage. As we're going to see if this one will be an oasis for TYLOO, or if their chance at victory will be just that, a Mirage.
Well, TYLOO, map pick being on Mirage means Liquid will opt to start on the T side. You can see the early Molotov being tossed in towards jungle, towards a window, as they're going to be barreling up real quickly, looking for those contact plays towards connector. The smoke is going to make life a little rough for Freeman. There's no one on the A bomb side. It is going to be retake play coming in from TYLOO. They do have Summer with the smoke and the flashbang, so that's something to work with going into this retake.
They've got the side control. Smoke's down, still blocking off the lines of sight for the meantime. Just dissipates towards CT, giving them a little bit of a view in towards the site. Good tag from somebody. Gets Stewie very low, and Freeman's actually going to aggress off the back of this as they're swarming the site, Blair.
Yeah, that was a nice flashbang. Unfortunately, not able to catch anyone. As Summer gets tagged on pretty badly. Is he going to just stick this? Yes, he is. They're trying to body block him, but does a fadeaway taps from Naf. It gets the kill and picks up the final frag as well there. I like what TYLOO did, being a little cheeky, trying to just body block those bullets, but unfortunately, it just wasn't enough.
No. A very classic pistol round there coming through from Team Liquid. Good defense towards the site, clearing it out at the end as the reinvestment comes straight back through. 2 Galils in play, and then 3 SMGs to back that up. Potential for a bit more of a fast body type round. I want to see them just charge in here and absolutely body slam their way through, potentially.
Yeah, I don't really see anything cray-cray coming out from TYLOO here. They do have the Zeus on Summer. I wonder where he is waiting there with the Zeus. I do believe he is towards Palace. Yeah, no surprises there. He could get lucky. It is kind of a hit or miss gun. It's a meme machine, and I do like it. Unfortunately, the love tap on the noggin, and Naf will pick up his 4th.
Yeah, just pushes out ever so slightly, gets the angle. Stewie coming up through connector, could be a little bit of a thorn in their side. However, he is walking into a crossfire. Well, I say crossfire, it's just one man now who is a little bit cross as everyone is going down. He's going to be furious about what's going on around him. Pushes his way out. Stewie with a response. Gets the MAC-10 headshot off onto attacker. Bentet falls, and it is all up to somebody trapped over at short. And they're very near getting that team ace, which they will, as a Liege bunny hops around the corner and sets that one in stone. Liquid with a very clean round.
That would probably be perhaps the most perfect round with the team ace and no one taking any damage. Unfortunately, Liege does lose 20 HP.
Yeah.
But when that's the worst thing that happened in the round, I guess that's a win right there. We do have the Augs coming out. Oh, for those of you tuning in, probably wondering if the new update is rolled out. No, it will. The rest of the tournament will be played out with the old settings, the old server settings. So it's not going to be the new Aug. Effects really being seen, at least in this particular tournament. But yeah, I'm very curious as to how that's going to change the meta.
Well, it's a big shift, really, right? Because it puts us back into a position where, obviously, the whole debate was the fact that with the AUG, you could hold angles that weren't really viable to be held with an M4. And it put you into a bit of a weird meta where certain positions could be played. Now, with a reduced rate of fire, with the fact you're switching up a little bit, also the fact you basically have to scope from now on rather than playing with it unscoped.
Yeah.
It's a big change to at least try and find a middle ground, right, between Valve looking to allow different types of weapons fitting into the meta, but also not making them completely replace standardized classics.
Indeed. And what's not standard is 2 M4A1s for TYLOO, Summer, and somebody. You rarely see the M4A1s out anymore. It's like a blast from the past as Liquid with 55 seconds on the clock. Here comes the smokes. Pouring in. Nice Molotov. The Freeman with the AWP. Unfortunately for him, that position is rough. He's got to find 1 kill. Gap in the smoke. Attacker's going to find Nitro. And the bomb going to get planted. Bentet, though, in the smoke. He times it perfectly. Finds a Liege, but the bomb does get planted as Naf and Twist are left in a 2v4.
Yeah, that was nice. Good read from Bentet. Realised where the bomb was, got the spray off through the smoke. It leaves them in quite a bit of a predicament now with just 2 players remaining. Twists and Naf. Twists. He was the highest rated for Liquid yesterday, as per usual, but let's see if he can do some damage once again. This time around, he falters as he peeks out. Attacker covers towards ramp as well. And Naf not looking too great on the face.
That was actually that was pretty good retake, all things considered, from TYLOO. Unfortunately, I wasn't not a fan of the position that Freeman held towards triple blocks. It's very curious to see Freeman opping. I mean, it kind of makes sense logically because he is replacing Excurate as the 5th player. But I would expect maybe Summer or even somebody to wield the, at least Summer to wield the big green gun, because he's been doing that in the past as well in various teams he's been on. Freeman is someone you want to give a rifle to and just wreak havoc, so to speak. But let's hold on to the thought, as Team Liquid, well, they do have the full buy. Bear in mind, they did win those first 2 rounds in a very, very clean fashion. And we have the SGs coming out, 3 SGs in fact, and 2 AK-47s, along with a lot of utility to work with.
Yeah, all the favor on the scoped weapons there for Team Liquid. They were doing this yesterday, and they had an awful lot of success with it in the majority of rounds where they actually did bust out the Kriegs. Nitro was hitting some tasty shots. The Liege looked very powerful with it as well. And let's see if they can try and repeat a little bit of that getting into today's game. 1:15 on the clock. They've got a lot of room to play with towards mid. They've basically been given all of the map control to deal with. TYLOO are playing very far back, just defending towards the site. No real push towards B either as well. I'm just going to re-smoke that, so they're not getting much information into this one. They're going to be going into this quite dry, Blair.
Yeah, and I'm not a big fan of this setup from TYLOO. This extreme passivity can really not work on out. An attacker was just caught napping. I don't know why he was not even looking in the general direction. And Freeman gets instantly taken down as well. Summer's going to be left alone towards CT spawn. And you can see how thin and how thinly spread the rest of the CTs are. 3v, yeah, this should be a save. Somebody's not really going to be going for anything. Bandit's waiting towards murder hole, waiting for Stewie, anyone to peek on out. And look at Nav, though, who's already flanking somebody. I think he might have heard the footsteps. And somebody does find one, but I think he should be traded real quickly here by Nav. There we go, free kill for the man, and Team Liquid will get round number 3. That's just, and that's what happens. You give so much of freedom to the T side to just spread out and get those good positions. You have too many angles to clear out. You have too much time to even go for the retake. And even if TYLOO hadn't lost the first 2 kills, you know, yes, the previous round was great on the retake, but I've always felt like TYLOO's retake style just relies a lot on just hitting shots rather than being very tactical, so to speak.
That's really sort of what it does come down to. And obviously, that's kind of the awkward part about that setup as well, because you're not really actually making any active plays to get into a position where you can fight back, right? Where they would be able to catch them off guard and use that aim capability, especially towards the B site. I mean, they're playing super lax and they're actually giving up a lot of map control. At that point, they didn't get much of a read, so they don't even know they could try and go for the B push to try and scope it out, see what the crack is. Instead, just holding towards choke points, but I don't know, they weren't really even holding the choke points though. That's the fact, right? They were kind of just susceptible to everything.
Yeah, it was more like they were just enjoying the scenery, looking around, not really being focused. But that being said, they have switched things up a little bit more aggressive hold towards an A bomb site. Nice preemptive flash peek. And that's going to force NAF back. And now Liquid does know that TYLOO have pushed in kind of aggressively towards that A slope area, so that might switch things up a little bit. In the meantime, we do have 2 players floating towards B apartments. I do believe it's Stewie and Liege looking for any further aggression from TYLOO. But the bomb is still making its way towards an A bomb site, so they might be going for the A wraparound, where I have 2 players coming in from the connector and the 3 of them executing towards an A bomb site.
Well, based off the early play into the round, Freeman then fell back and has gone over towards Sandwich. It's a bit of an angle that at times can be quite detrimental if you're not able to actually get the shots off and punish. As long as he can actually delay on the entry, though, that's all that matters. There's still not been any push towards the B site, though, and they're leaving it quite late into the round here, Blair. You've got 44 seconds. They've really been starved for info. The pincer play towards A is just about to be executed upon. Naf's the one to try and take the risk, bobbing his head out, supported by the squad. The lamp flash comes over, and they clear towards the site. Nitro scopes in. He's spotted the jump across. If they land this shot, Blair, this is where chaos is going to ensue.
Yeah, the Molotov's going to push him out. I don't even know. It's still alive. Freeman now. Time for him to strike. He's in a great spot here. Peeks out wide. Finds Naf. He's looking for more. As they're going to be going in for the hunt, but Twist is going to win the duel. Stewie, in the meantime, finds attacker and just falling apart is this A bomb site hold. Bentet pretty close by, but that smoke is not going to allow him to go in. Somebody creeping up at the edge of the smoke. Unfortunately, Elige will have his number, and it's Bentet left alone in a 1v4.
Again, Liquid just overthrowing here. Bentet doing everything he can to at least try and salvage the kit he has, but it is not an opportunity. Elige was waiting, spots him out and smites him down as Liquid get themselves that 4th round.
Yeah, this is not a sustainable hold towards an A-bomb set. No. Liquid knows this, and they're going to keep abusing it time and time again. Because TYLOO, yeah, they went for the aggressive play initially to try and get the opening pick. They couldn't find anything, and then the hold they were having, sure, Freeman was there to sandwich. He gets the first kill. I expected a supporting flashbang from his teammates for him to go for a wider peek, maybe get the kill over at Tetris. But yeah, just 1 kill is not enough, and the rest of his team is struggling. winning these duels. And again, they're holding very passive angles. It is a full eco here, pretty much. Just a few upgraded guns and NAF. Eco frags, but those are some pretty sharp shots.
Yeah, it was still beautiful to witness at the very least. You can't take that away from him. The fact he survives on 1 HP as well. Basically, he can just sit out the rest of the round now. You'd assume a Liege tack down to 7. Everyone's getting so low, but it just depends if they can actually capitalize here. Try and force some money potentially at the hands of Liquid, but no, not really a chance. Somebody's going to go down to Nitro, and TYLOO now coming back into it. This is where they have to switch things up, right? We saw one kind of aggressive play going into that round. They did the deep push down towards ramp. They flash peeked it, but that was kind of it. It was one small info play. Other than that, it was literally the same. It feels like it's that B site as well, Blair. We need to see those info plays coming out. It's so stagnant, right?
It is very stagnant. 2 players literally playing in the B bomb side. They don't bother working together, pushing towards B apps, finding some information, like making Team Liquid struggle a bit, and it's going to be a fast play towards B. Let's see if those 2 players can hold on here. It is going to be Benton and somebody. Somebody finds one. He will have to go for the reload. He's looking for more. Unfortunately, he's caught out in the open. Benton's still very much alive, but the dog will get nothing done. Attacker, however, strikes. He finds 2. Looking for more. The triple kill for Attacker. It's all on Nitro. Bomb down. He's got the off. Can he find more is the question. He misses it. It's tagged down to 22 points of health. This is looking a little impossible for Mr. Nitro.
Nitro gets the shot off back onto Freeman, but Attacker had the angle on lockdown. A tasty USP shot to round things out as TYLOO will eventually pick up a round. So, as much as they weren't aggressing towards B and they weren't going for those plays, at least when it comes to the fight coming to them, they can definitely hit their shots. It was a ton of damage delegated across all of the Liquid players as soon as they arrived on the scene.
Yeah, that was especially Attacker with the because remember Benton and somebody fell off. I think they just got 1 frag.
Yeah,
it was all on Attacker, and he showed what he could, what he can really do, especially in holding onto those bomb sites. But again, Liquid, the first time to go B, they got shut down. But the A bomb site, they've won 5 out of the rounds. All the 5 rounds they've won so far have been on the A bomb site, and it's been very, very convincing wins. So. And when you're 5-2 up, yeah, I mean, it's fair enough they went for the fast play towards B. They're probably trying to catch TYLOO off guard. They probably thought TYLOO might have gone for a gamblish stack towards A, maybe kept 4 players there. It doesn't work out, but that's okay. You still have the money, you still have the rounds to work with. Liquid are not going to be too worried at all.
Well, Liquid, they've been given that mid control as per usual here. They're just allowed to roam their way down, completely saunter around and just feel comfortable in their own skin as they hold. No real aggressive plays, though, from TYLOO. They flash clear in towards B, the B apps at the very least. The trade with a nade goes rolling out. HE barely missing as it lands just in front of Delpan. I expect that to actually hit Nitro.
Leash, no trouble clearing out towards the ladder room. Attacker winning the duel. And TYLOO have struggled a bit with getting these opening kills, and I think they should be pretty happy with this one. Freeman waiting towards Shadow. He's been having a quiet tournament. He was pretty quiet yesterday as well against FaZe, and so far he hasn't really lived up to the level that we know he can really be towards. Naf knows there's a player right underneath him, and Freeman, that UMP, caught out. Caught napping. That's unfortunate, and simultaneously Attacker is going to fall to Naf, and a man advantage has been wrested back by Team Liquid.
It's these slow rounds towards A, the slow executes. They just seem to be able to overthrow all kinds of defense that's coming out from TYLOO. They can't really lock it down. However, the response is glorious. Bentex get ones off. That's going to be a Liege completely eliminated. The response is in the rear. However, Naf, suspecting the location of somebody, sprints his way out there, trades it, and leaves them in a 2 versus 2. They have 1 kit on Summer, but they need to react rapidly. They're pushing their way back towards the site, but they're going to be spotted out. Nitro goes down, though. It's all on Naf. There's potential here. Summer's on the bomb. He might actually be able to pick this one up. Bentet saving the day.
A rare miscalculation from Liquid. That plant was not for the ramp area.
Yeah.
And the fact they allowed TYLOO to go all the way up there, I think, was a mistake. They did have to play towards Palace, and he had to push in. I forgot who it was. I think it was Elish who pushed in and got the trade on somebody who was sneaking in from T-spawn. But I kind of felt like he would go back towards Palace or probably try to mind game TYLOO. But yeah, I think that was a slight little miscalculation there from Team Liquid and TYLOO. They will get round number 3. However, again, money is so good for Liquid here, and it's going to be a fast play towards A, and Freeman a little slow, but he does find Naf. Immediate trade coming in from Twist. And Twist is running across like a madman even before the smoke blooms. And look at the aggression. Look at TYLOO just getting pushed back as Twist continues his reign of terror.
Oh, the rough part is, though, Blair, we've seen this before. It's the same angle being utilized by Freeman. It's a really one-and-done spot where he's playing from behind triple, right? Sure, he gets that first kill, but they're trading it back every time. They're instantly just going to swarm the site off that. They probably expected the close CT play from Bentet, this time substituted by Summer. But they've just been able to destroy each and every one of them. At that point, you've only got 3 players remaining for TYLOO. They're going to have to fall back. They're just going to look to save it. Liquid, they found the weakness, and they've realized that it's Freeman with that AWP as well behind triple. He's really only effectively going to be able to get that one shot if they're just pushing him from ramp like that.
Yeah, that is... and especially when you're facing with Liquid, who, you know, their trade game is so on point, especially on the T side. It's a one-and-done spot. You get 1 kill, and then you're done for. You really need that backup from your teammates, and most of them are not even there. They're playing towards CT spawn behind the toll booth, or they're playing towards jungle. You're literally like a solo turret with the op. I'm not sure if it's him saying he wants to play there, or if it's in-game leader saying, hey, I want you to off from that same position. But the lack of variety in the setups or the angles that TYLOO are holding on the CD side is shocking. Honestly, like a team like this who've always surprised us with some of the more creative and some more insane setups and strats, and them playing in such a very easy to read style is I'm disappointed, to be honest.
It's very odd. It's a little bit uncharacteristic. Normally there's at least a bit of trade potential there, but there just hasn't been into this one. The all-out aggression's coming through, though. This is way better. They're not just giving full control towards Team Liquid at mid. They fought their way up. They played it safe. They just defend now, as they've been able to at least force them back. Fair bit of damage done as well into 3 different players. Elige incredibly low. However, Naf has made the play.
So I guess Naf has now joined the CD side, and he's going to be... defending the A side, probably helping TYLOO out a little bit because they need some help with that A bomb site. So Naf seems to have defected over to the Chinese-Indonesian squad. What is even going on, Jackie?
Wow.
Freeman has no idea.
It all just depends on somebody here.
Yeah.
If somebody just walks into his crosshair like that, at least someone was holding under.
Oh, no.
Oh, Bentet.
No.
He's been cooked.
He's been cooked alive.
This is not looking good at all. However, there is a bit of a response. Summer trying to give us a bit of a nice day, but it's not going to go down like that. Stewie with the instant trade back from the AK. Freeman runs in to at least pick up a gun to get away with. It's just going to be the double save once more. I mean, Attacker's only got a CZ, but he does have armor. Both of them do really need to save it at this point. There's not much they could do.
The fact, I think, okay, I'm assuming here, but I think Naf came out from Palace and just went all the way down the ladder. And the fact that he's allowed to do that just shows how much of the holes there are in TYLOO's defense. The second team Liquid knew there were like 3 guys aggressing towards top mid. They immediately, all right, let's push towards Palace. Push towards B. Abs, Naf pushed out. Got pretty much a free kill right there. And after that, the A bomb set was pretty much theirs for the taking. And at this point, TYLOO, they need a timeout. They need to talk things through because that A bomb site is just free for the taking at this point in time.
Yeah, it's exactly that. I mean, that's you've hit the nail on the head there with the fact that it's just like the setups they're actually rocking at the moment are not really providing any type of overview for a lot of stuff, especially if you're going to go for a play towards mid where you've really got into the tug of war of map control. You force them back. You're stopping Team Liquid from having complete control of mid. You're actually putting up a bit of a brick wall this time. You still need to be having that spot towards ramp, towards Palace. You can't just allow them to walk out onto site and take over your territory there, which is definitely a bit of a rough one. Naf right now, though, having a pretty effective game. 13 kills to his name, so only 6 deaths, as he has actually been pretty effective, especially when they just allow him to sliver his way down towards A. And it does appear he's going to be testing the waters once more.
Is he going to walk on out is the question. He could have come out from ramp as well. I'm not too sure, to be honest. But the fact that he's allowed to be in shadow is just unforgivable. This time around, with TYLOO not looking to really aggro, but they do have 4 players towards A, mind you. 2 towards cons and 2 towards A bombs. And they do have the guns to work with as well. Smoke's going to be coming in. Attacker and Bentet holding connector as mid has been rested pretty comfortably by Liquid. Bentet does find Stewie. No trade, no immediate trade taking place, and Naf once again slowly, sneakily walking out towards Tetris. Can he wreak more havoc here?
It all just depends on if he actually gets this initial shot off. Summer's going to be the first point of contact. If he does actually boost his way up and go for the walk around. In reality, though, he's waiting to see how this goes with his teammates, obviously just being that lurk role right now. 40 seconds still left on the clock. They've recovered the bomb. Connector is Molotov, but it does appear they're going to try and go for the push. Summer should spot it, gets the backstab off. Naf goes down. Now they have to converge through Connector, but Attacker just walks through the smoke blur.
Well, I mean, yeah, no. Don't do that. Don't do that, attacker. It's a 5v3. You should definitely be playing the man advantage. And it's a B-bomb side. It's going to be pressurized by Liquid. But it's all about timing. Bentet spots out a player, but doesn't win the duel. Elige will find him. It's all on somebody. He's got a UMP. They haven't spotted him out yet. It's all about timing. He's got some time to work with, but he might get spotted out here, taking too long, and Elige finds him all the way from short. And now it's a 2v3. How it's turned around, Jackie. It just went from a 5v3 to a 2v3. And make that a 1v3. So Elige continues his reign of terror, is looking for the ace. Unfortunately, he'll just find 4, and it's all on Summer to clutch his 1v2 out.
There's potential, but he needs to be quick about it. He didn't have the kit, went for the face. Nitro just holding the angle with the AWP. It's the old easy uppercut coming out. And Liquid get themselves to 8 rounds. That should have been a 4 for TYLOO. They were set up.
3v5.
He just walked out. He just goes through the smoke player into connector.
He could have just waited, and when they went to a short, Bentet would have had attacker double peeking with him. Yep. They could have easily got at least 1 or 2 kills right there. That was a 1 round by TYLOO, and they just throw it away. Good old TYLOO.
I can see the tears. I can see the sadness building inside you.
I've been following this team for quite a while, and just the fact that they refuse to evolve does tend to hurt me deep down inside. But then I like getting hurt, so yeah.
There you go. Well, that's the true play. That's what you got to have backing up. However, the only people that are getting hurt right now is the entire TYLOO squad. 3 of them already down and out. Freeman will also follow the same suit and suffer the same fate there as Naf executes him. And Bentet is the last remaining man. Just stuck in position, holding ramp with a CZ. He might get 1, but that's probably going to be about it.
Yeah, and bear in mind, this is a map pick coming in from TYLOO. Well, I love that. I love that little bit of a bait play coming out from the player towards, I think it was Elige towards the connected stair. And Bentet getting caught, looking the wrong direction. 9-3 for Team Liquid in this first half, Jackie. This is looking like just a drubbing at this point.
Yeah, they're just running away over him right now. It's not even the fact that, all right, hang on. So we've got the double AWP setup coming out now. 1 on Freeman, 1 on somebody. Is Freeman actually going to set up this position? Because what we saw last time was obviously the default setup where he's just sitting behind triple, he's AWPing towards ramp. He has been doing that quite a few times in a row, so they should suspect it. Instead, it's a little actually a bit more aggressive, playing front triple, just looking down towards close ramp. It's the 4-player setup on A, Blair.
I mean, yeah, well, that's, I guess, the only option they have, right? They have struggled so much towards the A bomb set as I say that, and Team Liquid is sending out some feelers towards the B bomb set. Twists, just enabled by a flashbang from Stewie, looking to catch an initial kill there. And that's actually going to draw the rotation. You can see now it is somebody with the AWP playing for Murder Hole, ready to rotate as soon as possible, if required. Actually, I do believe that is Attacker, I'm sorry. Attacker waiting behind a Murder Hole. But then now we see Team Liquid, they have changed things up. 4 players towards mid. They do have Naf still floating all the way towards T-spawn, looking for any TYLOO players to be aggressive. But yeah, it's once again, looks like it's going to be the A pincer. The difference being, it's going to be more players coming in from Connect instead of from the A ramp area.
Freeman still heavily scoped towards ramp, this time playing from CT rather than triple though, so he's not completely exposed when they come bounding out through connector. He misses the shot on the follow-up though, firing back, but he hits the headshot. That's the tasty one. Takes down Naf. Nitro's also been traded back upon. TYLOO finally having a manpower advantage over somebody. He's trapped in a close angle and he'll be battling against a UMP in the hands of Elige. He will be able to overthrow him, and they're just 1-for-1 trading until Stewie gets the advantage for the side. Attacker's done for Stewie with a quick follow-up. That's a bit of the spice that we wanted to see coming out from the AWP yesterday.
Oof, Stewie does get tagged on by somebody. I don't even know how he's allowed to get 2 kills to a CD spawn, but Stewie showing what he can do with the big green gun, the big green zoom banger. Somebody, the AWP, not the best of guns to go with for this retake. He's going to be coming in. I think he knows where Stewie is. Stewie trying to jump spot him out. I don't think he has any idea yet. Oh, it's going to be Stewie with the 4K. The timing on that peak was absolutely perfect. And again, a round that looked like might go the way of TYLOO. It looked like they had the advantage, and it just turns around because just one player on Liquid just goes off. Earlier it was Elige, and now we have Stewie with the 4K. And that's what I'm talking about with this lineup. You have so many high-impact players. At any given time, one guy can just go off and completely throw away whatever, so rather take away whatever advantage their opponent has. So TYLOO, this is just rough to watch, man.
Yeah, this is hard. We're getting into this now as well. They're playing off the tempo for Team Liquid. They're dropping the AWP over to Nitro. He had the spawn for the mid pick, goes sprinting on out. Just clearing his angles stealthily as they advance and try and take the control. Again, it's quite far back from TYLOO. This time they've actually gone for the full B stack, expecting potentially just a B bombardment to be coming out. But they're out on A, Blair. They've got the read. They've realized the sites is going to be clear in a matter of moments. They can deviate back, grab the bomb. The round should pretty much be done. Oh, okay.
You say that, and somebody finds a frag, but yeah, now they know it's a B stack, and I really can't blame TYLOO for at least trying something different, right? You know, it's pretty much a light buy, you know, not a full eco, but kind of like some pistols and armor, and you want to just go for a stack, especially the B bomb side is the site you would want to favor. Chances of going for those close range duels with the CZ, with his UMPs. Unfortunately for them, Liquid sending out feelers towards the A bomb side finds it free for the taking, and they will have no trouble getting the win now. Okay, Freeman does reply back, picks up an AK. There's no need for him to face anymore. They really don't have that much money going to the final round as well, so they want to keep that AK-47 alive. Attacker's feet has, however, been spotted out by Leash. That is just so unfortunate. And one by one they fall. Oof. Yeah, what do you do to that?
There's not much of a response you can really have, right? You know, Elite is just running around, just going rampant with a rifle, and everyone is just falling to bits. It's going to be an 11-3 scoreline at minimum now as we go through. At this point, it's looking probably like it is going to be a 12-3, and that's going to be rough. Liquid coming in, if they have a good pistol in the second half, Blair, considering this is TYLOO's map pick, this could be a very, very quick opening game here in the best of 3.
Oh, absolutely. This could just be a very quick series as well. Coming up next is going to be Overpass, a map that Liquid are even more comfortable on. And looking at the CD side from TYLOO, it just leaves a lot of question marks in what they're thinking about when it comes to how they approach the CD side of this map. And we see some aggression coming out as Freeman, unfortunately, again, will lose a duel. Elise just beat Indomitable, although he does survive at 1 HP, and Summer and somebody duel up setup finally singing in tandem. They do have the 2-man advantage, but we've seen things go wrong even from a superior advantage for TYLOO. So let's see what they do here.
So they've still got smokes to work with. 2, in fact. 1 on the lead, 1 on twists. Looks like they're actually going to set themselves up and go somewhat of an execute. The apps push from attacker does at least give them a read and the information to what's going on in the round, but no one is actually on the site. No one towards CT either. Somebody in Summer are now both blocked off as the flashbangs go over. Elite's just going to sit in, try and play a bit more of a cheeky angle as he needs them to push towards him really with low HP. Somebody pushing up towards the smoke, fires off a no-scope, but it won't hit, and he just gets spammed down. You said it yourself. They'd thrown away rounds with a bigger advantage, and it looks like it's happening again.
Yeah, and on top of that, 2 ops in the retake. Never going to work out. Nice shot from Summer, though. Finds a leash with Stewie. Doesn't need to show himself. He's got Twist alive as well, and Twist playing towards Ram. The 2 players pushing in tandem. Bandit's got a kit. They have a smoke on the C4, and it's going to be spray from Stewie. Finds one, and that's going to be no trouble. In fact, Twist steals away the frag. 12 rounds for Team Liquid. What a dominant showing from the Americans.
Yeah, brutal stuff coming out, and there's even more time for extra brutality when we get into the second half after the break. Trouble for TYLOO on the first half as they looked a little bit stagnant versus Liquid. They now move over to their T side, and let's see if they're any better if they get some AKs in their hands, if they can even survive to that point, Blair.
Yeah, if they can indeed. Liquid just needing 4 rounds to close this one out. And they can actually do it in very convincing fashion. Look at the setup though. 3 players towards the B bomb side that have twists towards the window, spawning for any action, and you have Stewie towards the A bomb. So they're going for kind of a retake setup for A. They do have the double kit and the double smoke as well for Nitro and Stewie. So yeah, they're kind of going for a retake setup, at least for the A bomb. So for TYLOO, in the meantime, just waiting towards the B apartments area. They're waiting for a push and some aggressive play to come in from the North American squad. But as they find nothing, they slowly are inching their way towards that A bomb site. What do they have to work with here, Jackie? They got 2 flashes and a smoke on Summer. They're going to have to rely on hitting the shots. Unfortunately, I think this read from Liquid is just perfect. They have 3 players there and going to be seeing the rotation coming in real quickly as well. And here comes the charge from TYLOO.
Ooh, early tap through from Nitro doesn't quite connect. Naf gets tagged up a little bit, but there's the first 2 frags we needed to see as both of the boys land a right hook. Bentet responds back. Freeman starts to come into the action. And you know what? They've actually made this one quite competitive, especially when they cut their way through twists and leave it all up to Stewie. He's going to start to go for the advance, Blair.
Stewie with the unsilenced USP. He's going to find Bentet. Just needs 1 more tap. He's got a kid, but Summer peeks out a little bit cheekily there. 3K for him and a crucial round for TYLOO. They absolutely needed that if they wanted to mount a comeback. And we do see the Betway odds there. 1-11. Slightly biased, some people might say.
Wow. I mean, obviously, I knew that the odds were going to get more inflated at that point, but
I've rarely ever seen odds that
double digits.
Yeah,
the 11.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's rough. Well, that potentially forebodes how this game is going to go. Is you'd expect Liquid to carry on with that level of excellency that we saw in the first half. Lovely scout tag there from Mirage towards mid. Somebody instantly just slapped down to 12 HP to kick this one off.
Where did that scout even hit him? Like, how does he take so much damage?
Yeah.
That's pretty mental. As yeah, Alicia's scout behaving more differently than other players' weapons. But let's see what they have here. They do have the Deagles, CZs. We very well know how capable these Liquid players are with the Desert Eagles. So I think TYLOO shouldn't really be going to go for contact plays. But that looks like that's going to be the play they have in mind. They have a nade, they have a smoke. They don't have any flashbangs. The good thing they have is a 3 AK-47s, and of course a MAC-10 on Freeman. Maybe he can just try and be a thorn in the side of Liquid, keep pushing in, make things a little miserable. But I don't really think they have a plan in mind. They've been just kind of been feeling like they want to go towards A, now they're going to be going towards B apartments. They still have the bomb towards top of mid, and time is not their friend. It's 45 seconds remaining on the clock.
Ooh. Did Naf get the spot off there? It looked like he went for the knife peek across. I believe he actually did get the read. So he's been able to fall back towards the site. Smokes it at B. Saw those initial players towards mid as well. You've got the full bunch. 4 TYLOO boys all grouped up, ready to try and go for this capitalization towards the A site. Stewie will be starved for information now as well, just forced to play inside the smoke as they do get ready to go for this pincer play. Bentet's coming in through ramp, but it depends on the execution. They bombard their way in. Stewie gets the backstab off somehow. They haven't worked out his location just yet. Eventually they flick around and take him down, but it's too late as everyone else on the side of Team Liquid has been blown straight out of the water.
It's all on Naf, but he's got the AK, and look at how low the players are. Summer and somebody internally bleeding. Naf looking for more, can find more, finds another one, takes out a Deagle. 1 bullet is all he needs on Summer and somebody, but he's down to 3 HP as well. And considering he doesn't have a kit, he just might save this AK-47, but that looked really scary for TYLOO.
I thought it was going to happen. It got into one of those scenarios where you can just see Naf start peeling off sculpts. You know, he was absolutely smashing them. It looked like there was a chance there. He is actually going to try and see if he can find anyone at the end of the round here as well. They are so low as he clears towards mid. Unfortunately, the timing just misses him as they've already been able to rotate off, and they will get away with it both of them actually saving into this one. TYLOO, another round, but these are still far too close. The fact it's gone down to 2 players, both of them with what, below 10 HP to clutch it? Scary, Blair. It's scary.
And again, they had mid-control. They come out connected with about like less than 30 seconds remaining on the clock. Through the smoke against players who you know have pistols is not ideal. I was not a big fan of how they played anti-eco. I mean, they do manage to pull it off. They keep 2 guns alive as well, so I guess they have that going for them. But yeah, it's not sustainable.
Well, imagine the different scenario, like with Stewie literally on stairs, where he killed the first guy. There was such a delay between the second, right? If he got a lucky headshot off instantly, that's 2 done. He could have grabbed the gun, tried to do more. That round could have been so differently purely just because Stewie was sat in a smoke.
Absolutely. I really felt like Liquid had a very good chance of winning that, and thanks to TYLOO pretty much almost handing them the round on a golden platter. However, for now, Naf does have the AK-47, which he picked up. He's got the Kevlar as well. Nitra's gone for a cheeky Zeus. He's going to be playing towards B-Apps, trying to... or I think he's under B-Apps, trying to get a little cheeky there. However... Oh no, rather... It's kind of a B-ish stack, 4 players there, and yeah, that makes sense, right? If you have just the those pistols to work with, you want to minimize the distance, and TYLOO might have gone for the right play here. We do see 3 players towards T-spawn gravitating towards an A-slow, and the only lone defender they have, Mr. Stewie 2K.
Well, bear in mind, already in this tournament, TYLOO had to bring back a game from a 15-4 deficit. They did lose it 16-12, but is this the one where they break that curse? They sprint their way up towards the A site, Summer with the initial kill, and Stewie getting made quick work out of. Somebody has a big task ahead of him, though. They are completely swarmed all over this site. He is walking into the Team Liquid nest.
Yeah, he doesn't want to, he really doesn't have to take the fight anymore. He's going to get the hell out of there. Will somehow manage to hold on to the AK-47. Summer spots out a play. That's going to be Twist, taking a bit of damage. And Summer's inflicting a bit of damage on his own as well. It would be pretty cool for them if they can kind of take away that AK-47 from Naf, but then the question is it really worth it? Because, bear in mind, it's going to be a buy anyway from Team Liquid. They're going to have those AUGs in their arsenal as soon as they go for the buy. So I don't think this hunt is really worth it, because if you look at the money, it's still not that great. And somebody's already been taken down by Liege. This hunt is definitely not something I would advise TYLOO to go for, but Attacker living up to his name, he will continue to hold W, but better sense will prevail. He will fall on back, and that is going to be TYLOO winning round number 3. They've finally won 3 back-to-back. Jackie, do you believe?
I'd be lying to you if I said yes.
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't either.
I don't feel like it's going to happen, right? We just saw far too many mistakes coming out. And the problem was, the biggest issue that was there for TYLOO just felt like there wasn't much trade potential the entire CT half. It looks like it's getting a bit better now. Obviously, they've actually got a really good understanding of how to actually capitalize into these later rounds when they're falling back. T side, everything's a little bit more stable for them. CT half, it just kind of went out the window. Who knows, though? Now they've woken up, they've got the AKs in their hands. They are actually starting to slay. It just depends if they can continue and keep making Liquid hit the DECK, Blair.
Well, let's see if it does happen. We do see Liquid already. This is what I like from Liquid. This is what they're doing, which TYLOO never did. They forced TYLOO to, to have to fight for map control. They forced him to have to go for this B apartments control. We have Stewie with an AWP just floating around towards underpass. And he's already being even more dynamic. In the first round, he's had the AWP on the CD side than Freeman ever was.
Yeah. And
the entirety of the CD side by TYLOO. And that is what... It's just a stark difference in the way TYLOO and Team Liquid see decide. Or what is Attacker even doing? The flashbang, not good enough. Unfortunately, Stewie goes to the re-peek, not advised, and he gets punished for it. So Freeman with the trade. But as that happens, you can see Twist already poking and prodding, trying to aggress and find some information.
So we're left into the 4 versus 4. As you said, Twist pushing down, getting himself into a better position as he tries to take towards ramp. A lead set up as well, most likely going to get the next bit of contact from Bentep, but it depends on this backstab. If Summer extends around at the right timing, however, Liege counters it just on the swing. Summer was so confused as well, expecting that to actually be towards short. Oh, Bentep, the timing is awful every second, Blair. It's always going wrong for them. There's these great opportunities, but Liege just doesn't give a damn.
Liege is just taking no prisoners as Naf joins the party as well. And again, 3 separate 1v1s, not a single trade taking place for TYLOO. And this just lurking up into a side and hoping to get the drop on a CT style is not going to work. You might get a couple of rounds here and there, but when you're trailing 13-6 on the T side of a Mirage map where it's your map pick. You need to show something a little bit more explosive. Whatever happened to the old TYLOO, they used to go for some crazy explosive executes towards an A-bomb set in Mirage. They used to be so hard to counter at times, and this is just a very pale shadow of what they were once upon a time.
Well, that's the biggest problem as well, because they really did just sort of, oh, hang on a minute. This is the worst potential thing that could happen to them. The fact that no one is watching towards Palace. Naf has just slow walked his entire way round. All the backs are there, and he can happily shoot into them. At least Summer is going to be able to bail them out and get the response on towards Naf. That could have been way worse than it was.
Absolutely. And then the second it gets taken down, look at Unleash walking up top mid. This is what I'm talking about. Team Liquid are gathering so much information. They have no idea where Unleash is already pushed top mid, is making his way towards the T-spawn. The flank is already on, but Benta needs to win this duel. But what a shot by Stewie! But somebody, however, finds Nitro, is looking for more. He doesn't know where Stewie is. He has an inkling, but Stewie's finally going to get taken down. But Twist is still alive in the shadows.
There's a leak on the A site and someone needs to call a plumber. He's arrived on the scene and his name is Twists as he plugs up the hole. An easy 2K onto Attacker and somebody, securing the 14th round now for Team Liquid. They are so close to overthrowing them on their map pick.
They are literally just 2 rounds away. And unfortunately for TYLOO, what a time for the money to be in the bin. They have this, the $1,900, which is not ideal. They're going to go for the full eco. They're going to try and play for overtime. We've seen this happen yesterday, like you mentioned, Jackie. It was 15-4 down, and they were on the T side of Vertigo when they were able to bring it back against FaZe. Unfortunately, not able to close the distance quite fully. They lost 16-13, but this is very different. This is Team Liquid, who are just looking indomitable. They're just, I think this is a great game for Liquid going to the rest of the day and the rest of the tournament. They're going to be warmed up after this because everyone looks like they're on point.
Yeah, Stewie's been hitting some really tasty shots as well, which is the difference maker from yesterday going into this one. It's a whole lot better from him. Good to see him actually just be willing to take those more risky fights that he knows normally the most of the time he can actually hit. At this point though, TYLOO completely spread around as they're all starting to regroup. Looks like they will be heading out towards mid and trying to tackle the fight that is there. Elige is in close proximity. Stewie goes for the face out. Had open field of who he wanted to shoot at there. Takes down one man in Benta. Elige can now peer his way over the smoke. If Summer doesn't spot him, this is where it could get awkward. But it depends on the timing. Elige instead opts to just sprint his way down. Somebody gets 2 off the back of it from the CZ. Could be a third on Twists, but Twists had other ideas in mind.
Yeah, valiant effort from somebody. They're doing a little bit of economic damage, but right now they need to do way more than economic damage, Jackie. They need to start winning some rounds. In fact, they need to win 9 in a row on their map pick to at least entertain the hopes of taking it to overtime, maybe winning the map, and you know, maybe taking to map number 3. It's all about maybes here, but what's kind of certain right now is the fact that Liquid are running away with this map. You can see Elige and Nav, 22 and 23 frags. Stewie as well, close behind, 18. As, well, the slaughter continues. Stewie gets the opening pick, finds Freeman, a much faster pace being put up here by TYLOO. However, again, they're so far apart from each other as Attacker with a knife out. Has he given up? I'm not too sure there. As Nav finds Benton, Attacker still inside. How is he still alive? I don't even understand, but he finally gets taken down. Somebody in the meantime getting a kill, making things a little bit more interesting. It's a 2v2. Elige getting hounded down by his AK-47s as Nitro replies back. Helps his teammate out, leaving it all on somebody in a 1v2. He does not have the bomb either. It's dropping connector.
Yeah, it's going to be absolutely hell on earth to try and recover that bomb. There's no real way. At least for the meantime, they're still suspecting he is going to be heading out through ramp towards the A site, but the rotation is coming back around. As you can see, Nitro actually waltzing his way off to defend towards A. The mid push from Elige is coming up as well. They've actually left him with a bit of leeway. He has a bit of backstab potential. He's tiptoeing his way through. At this point, he could get into connector. It all just depends on the face from Nitro. They're going to get information when Elige gets towards top mid. He doesn't really have a reason to turn around right now. Somebody's kept himself quiet. He can get the bomb, Blair, and he still has a bit of time. He's got 2 1v1s here, potentially. That's the key picture.
He's going to be making his way towards B is the question. There is that window of opportunity. He has enough time to not even leg it, just to walk, sneak in towards B. And from there, he could potentially clutch this one out. A 1v2 on the B bomb side is very much doable. The question is, where is Elige going to head on towards? He's going to be making his way back to connector. So yes, the bomb will get planted by somebody. Can he hold on to it? That's the question. Because if you look at the utility he has remaining, there's nothing to work with. He's going to get the bomb down now. 5 seconds on the clock. And now Liquid know it's the B bomb site. And even though Elige is low, they both have kits. They both have two smokes, a Molotov, a nade, and a flashbang. It's going to require a minor miracle from somebody to pull this one off.
Yeah, this is rough as well. The way he's playing it, as he falls back towards the deep end of apartments, expecting someone to come up through underpass. Instead, though, they're going together. He does peek in, clears the window. They've both walked their way in towards the site at this point. As you said, they have an entire kit full of utility. The Molotov goes out first. Isn't actually going to help them out at this point. The peek is around. He gets one of the kills. Spams towards the bomb, though, expecting Nitro to be on it. He wasn't. He was lying in wait, ready to punish. TYLOO falter, and they do trip over in the opening game there in this best of 3, meaning that Team Liquid will secure themselves the first